It's great to be here today. We would love to have more flights to and from Graz and Austria. So the more that consumers in Austria want that, the easier it makes it for me to put some airplanes back into Graz and other airports in Austria. Because we have the lowest fares, Austrians love a good deal, so yes, we can do that. So today, I'm going to take a bit of your time. I hope you find it interesting. What I'm going to talk about isn't really that sexy, that cool when it comes to digital. But we've got a really amazing product in Ryanair. I'm going to talk to you a bit about Ryanair, and I'm going to talk about how we're going to use data and digital marketing to transform a very, very powerful brand with high brand awareness, but we've missed digital for 5 years. So we've got a bit of catch up to do. We're going to catch up quickly. We're going to keep what's amazing about Ryanair, and applying the best of digital marketing, we will be amazing. So Ryanair is in transition. Austria is also in transition. So I was thinking about this one on the flight, that when I grew up, Rock Me Amadeus was one of my favorite tracks, and I did work out trying to be like Arnold. It was never going to work. But when I think of modern day Austria, and well done for last Saturday, you should be really proud. But Austria is in transition. Ryanair, similarly, is in transition. This used to be us here on the left. We have a very famous chief executive, Michael O'Leary. He is the longest-standing chief executive of any airline in the world. And we started off as a very small airline in Ireland with little airplanes like this that you can see. And now we're new Ryanair. We're much nicer and we're much bigger. There's a lot of things about Ryanair that people don't know. So, for example, we are the lowest cost airline in Europe. We have an average fare across Europe of 46 euros. If you take the average fare of all of our competitors, it's 160 euros. This year, we will move 82 million customers across Europe. We are the biggest airline in Europe. Our website handles over 5 billion euros in revenue. So I think only eBay across Europe and Amazon across Europe are bigger websites than Ryanair.com. We have over 1.5 billion visits to that website every single year. And every day like today, we will move 250,000 people across the skies of Europe to 186 different airports. That's every single day. We have the newest fleet. We have 300 737s, so we have the newest fleet. And since the day we started, we have the best safety record across Europe. Over the next 5 years, we have 180 new 737s that are coming. So we're the biggest and will continue to be the biggest with the best platform for growth. This is Ryanair compared to the others, so we're much bigger than Lufthansa, who you would know here in Austria. We're much bigger than EasyJet. And we're much bigger than Austrian Airlines. Yesterday, I flew in from Düsseldorf on a Fokker 100. Austrian Airlines, to put it in context, has about 40 decent-sized airplanes versus the 300 that we've got. So you get it. We're really, really big. This is us. We have the best coverage across Europe. So a lot of the traditional airlines think that Europe is old Europe. It's France, it's Germany, it's the UK, it's Italy. Our network goes much further east, which is New Europe, and we have the best coverage. We're the #1 airline in Spain, in Italy, in Portugal, in Ireland, in Belgium, in Poland. We're the #2 in UK and Morocco, the #3 in Germany and France, and we're going to keep growing. As I mentioned, this is our average fare, and this is what makes Ryanair really, really special. 46 euros versus what you would pay with, for example, Lufthansa have an average fare of 211, Air Berlin 120. So digital marketing is just modern marketing. You have to have something that's really, really special to market. If your product is crap and you have the best digital marketing, you're still marketing something that's crap. What we have is really, really special with the lowest fares. We know we need to get better because there was a time when all Ryanair needed to do was have the lowest fares. But now we know we need to have a much, much better service. So we've been working hard to improve the service that we offer our customers, because it's not always just about having the lowest fares. But that is the one thing that keeps us special. And it's really important as you transition a brand that you don't lose the most special thing that your customers find about your brand. We're the biggest airline in Europe because people want what we have. And we've grown really quickly because people say, you know what, for short-haul travel in Europe, I don't want a bad coffee, I don't want a bad sandwich, I want the best price, I want you to leave on time, get there on time, and a really straightforward service. Every year, if I take last year for example, if you take the difference between our average fare and our competitors' average fare, we saved Europe last year over 9 billion euros. So the average everyday European across Europe, over 9 billion euros people have saved because of our low fares. That would get you 2 of the Eurotunnel between the UK and France every year. That would get you 12 London Olympic stadiums, and that would get you 22. This is Wayne Rooney. He's a very famous English footballer, if you don't know him. So this is what it's all about, the savings that we had people make. But we're changing. So what's going to change in Ryanair over the next number of years? The model that we have of operational efficiency, delivering low costs, those low costs delivering low fares, is what has taken us to now. What we're going to do next is evolve. And low fares, great service, and the best choice of routes are going to be the 3 pillars of the brand that we have. And we're going to focus on delivering a great customer experience, primarily using data and digital to do that. So up until today, we had one brand pillar, which was just low fares. And to our customers, we pretty much said, take it or leave it, that's all we do. Now we're saying, we've got low fares. We already have the best choice of routes. So as well as the best fares in Europe, we go to and from more destinations in Europe than anyone else. But the 3rd pillar we're going to work on is great service. So what I need to do in my job is to basically, we're a really useful brand. We're a very functional brand, but I need to make us more likable with our customers. What I'm going to be doing, and it's a story like this, if you take what IKEA, Aldi, and H&M, 3 very popular brands in Europe, have done, they very much started off just being low cost. And after low cost, they broadened out the choice. So Aldi, for example, and IKEA are broadening the choice and the range they have for customers. They're also improving the service. IKEA have done a really good job digitally. They have a great website. They have a great app. If you don't want to go to the store, you can shop online. Some big guys can come and install the furniture and put it together for you if you don't want to do that. So what we're going to do at Ryanair is go from low cost to low cost plus choice plus great service, as these other brands have done. We've launched a new program, which we call Always Getting Better, which has 5 key elements. First, we're going to fix the things that customers don't like. Secondly, we're going to improve the travel experience. Thirdly, improve the digital experience. Then we're going to develop the Ryanair offer. And finally, we're going to improve our brand and marketing. So the things customers don't like, we've already done a huge amount of this. We've dropped a lot of the fees that we were famous for. People hated us for the fees that we charged when you did something outside of our policies. We've already changed this. On the travel experience, we've introduced quiet flights in the mornings and the evenings. We're now letting customers bring 2 bags into the cabin, into the overhead, which is a big change customers like. We've introduced allocated seating, so customers can pick extra leg room, they can pick their favorite seat, and we're doing some other changes. So we've changed already, and our customers really like it. That's the in-flight, the most important piece in the end. When it comes to digital, and this is the biggest part of what I want to talk to you about, we've introduced something called My Ryanair, which simply allows you to say, I'm Kenny Jacobs, these are my payment details, this is my address, these are my passport details. We will expand this over time to get more and more information on our customers, and we will start to use that to personalize the website and personalize the app experience that they get. So the data we have on our customers, as I said, we've got over 1.5 billion people visiting the website every year. We've got 82 million customers. We've already got a lot of these 82 million customers registered with us. So that data asset that we have is one of the richest data assets in Europe. Google have launched a new product called Flight Search. For those of you that are familiar with traveling in the United States, you'll have seen that in the United States. So far in Europe, it isn't in Austria yet. It is in Ireland, it's in the UK, it's in Poland, and it's in Italy. This is Google basically trying to remove the OTAs from the travel space. So this is bad news for Opodo, for Expedia. This will basically be Google trying to take their space. So you will open up Google and just put in flights from Vienna to London, and Google will bring you back the results, the best results, and they will allow you to book a flight without leaving the Google page. This is a big change. They're filtering results by price. When you've got the best prices, this is a big, big deal for us, and it's going to really help us. We've launched a new improved website. Our website was famous, and at one point our strategy was, why would anyone ever want to visit our website on a smartphone? So we missed mobile. So we've launched 2 new versions of our website in the past 6 months. It makes it really easy for customers to find the lowest fares, and they love it. It's all about mobile. We're introducing a new app in 4 weeks' time, and with that app, you'll be able to find a flight, book a flight, manage your booking, get a boarding pass, and board the flight using your smartphone. And that's just us staying close to customers. We're also introducing new products. So we are introducing a family product to make it more convenient for young families with young kids to travel with Ryanair, with certain incentives for them and discounts. And we're also going to be launching a business product. About 20% of the people who travel with Ryanair are traveling on business already. And we want to make it easier for them to pick us. So we're going to introduce a flexible fare that you can change, that gets you fast-tracked through airports, that sits you at the front of the aircraft and allows you to get off the aircraft, and it gives you office space in downtown locations. And we're flying to and from more primary airports. About 35% of the traffic that we have is to primary airports. That would be Vienna, for example. Graz is not considered a primary airport, although I would completely disagree with that. But over the next number of years, we'll be flying more and more to and from the bigger airports. Airports like Brussels National Airport, airports like Rome Fiumicino, Lisbon Airport, and Madrid Airport. That's because we've got 180 new aircraft coming. It's a really, really big number. Bear in mind, again, as I said, Austria Airlines has about 40 big aircraft. So we've got over 4 times that number just as the new fleet that's arriving. So we will grow over the next 5 years by 40%. And that will put us at about 120 million customers by 2019. So a lot of people don't like us, and a key part of my job is to change that. And we've already been changing that, and that's what we'll do. Low fares, as I said, will always be the anchor. That's the thing that makes Ryanair really special. Around that, we're improving the customer service. It's never going to be sexy, and it's never going to be too sophisticated to fly short haul with Ryanair. It doesn't need to be. That's not really what people are looking for in the main. And then around that, we'll use CRM, we'll use data, we'll use digital, and we'll use the power of the brand that we have. It's amazing for me if I take organic search. We don't really work hard at organic search. We don't really spend a huge amount of money on paid search with Google. Yet we have incredibly high brand awareness. Only about 1.5% of the visits to Ryanair.com come from non-branded search. That's simply because people in Europe, when they want a low-cost flight, they open up Google and they just put in Ryanair. That's the power of brand that's really, really helpful. These are the key elements of the digital roadmap. So we'll be working on the website. We are going to be using content. Content is a great thing in the travel category. We're going to be launching a platform to let customers tell us what they think about the destinations. So if and when we put more routes back into Graz Airport, which I hope we do next year, I would like people from the UK who visited Graz to write their review of Graz, what's the best things to do in Graz, and then we'll make that content available to other users on the website. Social is becoming more and more important as customers want to rely on what other people like them have to say about destinations. Google and search I've already talked about. Mobile and app. In our industry, about 40% of the visits to our website at the weekend are on mobile device. That's people on the move, that's people looking to make their travel plans at the weekends because they're busy during the week, and that's a big trend that we have to respond to. And all the time, using all of that customer data that you have to constantly and relentlessly improve the website so that young families in Manchester can get a website that's tailored to young families in Manchester, so that an elderly couple living in Cologne in Germany can get a website that's more tailored to them. These are all things that people like Amazon have been doing for a number of years, and we haven't done them. So I'll be the first one to say we've actually been really bad at digital, and we've been really bad at data. What you're going to see in the next number of years is us take a really powerful brand with something really, really special and transform it with data and digital. So we will all be boarding aircrafts in about 2 to 3 years' time using something on our wrists, using a retina scan, or using the device that we use. We will all move away from paper boarding passes. That's just the way it's going to work. A lot of changes in technology are going to change the flying experience. When it comes to data, I pretty much want to know everything about our customers, what type of people they are, what websites they go to, how they engage with content, what type of device they have when they are looking for a flight on Ryanair, what type of social group, do they tweet things about the destinations they go to. As I said, we're going to build up a very, very rich profile of data on our customers. Airlines in general are not that good at data. Retailers are much, much better, so we're going to be learning from what Amazon and other retailers do in this space. Google Flight Search, I've already mentioned that screen on the far right. You can see this is Dublin to London today on Google Flight Search, which is just showing up Ryanair flights because we have the top 10 cheapest prices on Dublin to London. So this is going to be a great change for Google. It's really going to help us. And social, I've already mentioned because it's just changing everything we do. So we only use Twitter today and we use it for customer service. We're actually pretty good at that. But YouTube, Google Plus, and Facebook are 3 platforms that we haven't yet invested in. And that was it from me. So I'm ahead of time and I'm more than happy to take questions. The key takeout that I would like you to take from me today is that we're really, really big. We know that. But we'll never take that for granted. We're really big because we've got the lowest fares. We need to improve and we need to evolve what we do. Ryanair has been too rough and the customer service has been too basic. We want to keep growing and we want to have a much better relationship with our customers, and we want our customers to say, you know what, Ryanair, they have the best prices, they go to much better places and a much more variety of places, and they've really improved the service. I think you don't want us to become Lufthansa. You want us to be Ryanair. You just want us to be better at what we do, and you want the lowest fares and the great choice of routes. That's what we're going to do with the brand. When it comes to digital, sometimes it's good to be the second mover. So we've missed a lot of things on digital, but over the next 2 years, we're going to be playing catch up. This time next year, we will, I hope, have the best website of any airline in the world. I hope we will have the best app of any airline in the world, and we'll also be talking to our customers in a much more targeted one-to-one fashion with a personalized website, personalized emails, and a lot of other things. So that's it for me. I'm happy to finish ahead of time, like every Ryanair flight should, and I'll open up now and take your questions.